This is an Evergreen Media Network studio production.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there, and welcome, everyone. Hey, we have an interesting topic. It is more limited to Indian River County, and that is the race for sheriff to be elected this coming November, actually. And I've had him on here before, Keith Touchberry. He has an amazing record. He's had over 35 years in all kinds of police and sheriff jobs, starting from a simple patrolman working nights, evenings, days, and then he's become a special detective and also a supervisory sheriff, assistant sheriff, all the different administrative positions. And most important, he's been a very strong educator in the tri-state community of the Treasure Coast. I just can't say that enough. He has formed several committees, one called, I think it's FERSA, Florida Education, regarding shooting incidents and shooting victims and how to handle yourself. Those are very, very big topics. He has a whole education system related to that. He has a very proud history. He's been in the Army Reserves for several years. He's also been in the Marines. And like I said, for 35 years, he's been in various police positions. The City of Vero Beach Police, the Sheriff's Association, and also currently is police chief of Fellsmere, Florida. The big support he has from a number of agencies, but the entire Florida Police Chiefs Union is supporting him, endorsing him, and so is the current Police and Sheriff Union Association for the entire state of Florida. That he really is coming with heavy, heavy endorsements. And their basic thing is, and their motto is to improve the culture and the efficiency of all the police and sheriff departments, namely Indian River County, which he's running for. He has all kinds of backings from private businesses, private enterprises, and his financial donations are the highest of all the applicants by 2, 3, and 4-fold, depending which one you're talking about. So he's been very, very active on addressing community issues and traveling around the community. But let me tell you just for a few moments my experience with him. I used to have a 36-unit low-income apartment complex that we got rid of more than 15 years ago. And needless to say, there were a lot of people from Mexico and other countries who couldn't even speak English, and some of them from rural areas, not only Mexico, but all over South America primarily, and believe it or not, a couple of rural areas of Canada. And when they came, besides not speaking English, they never saw an air conditioner before. And didn't know how to use one. Well, it doesn't take that long to teach someone how to use one. But they never saw an electric stove before. They all came from areas where they had fires and cooked their meat over an open pit. And they got a little used to gas stoves because at least that was a flame. They turned it on high and then barbecued their own things over the flame of the high flame of a stove burner. So they got used to that. But an electric stove, which is most of Florida, they had no idea how to use it because they couldn't see a flame. So lo and behold, when I walked in on them one day, they took a jigsaw blade, those big, large circular blades, put it on top of the electric burner, turned the electric burner on high, and made their tacos on top of a blade. They would not use a frying pan. They never really saw one before or what it is meant for. So there were a lot of issues. It's not just the language barrier. When new immigrants found their way to our apartments. And Mr. Touchberry was a private detective, but he was there almost every 2 or 3 days to make sure that there were no car thefts, to make sure there was no fires being built in the parking lot where 2 or 3 neighbors got together and wanted to cook hot dogs and food. It's fine if you have a grill, but not an open flame on the parking lot asphalt. That was totally unacceptable. And Keith Touchberry, who at that time was a private detective, spent some time there and actually educated the people on how to use appliances so that they don't get tickets, don't have trouble, and was able to communicate with them in their own language on literally not stealing cars and why and what will happen to them if they do. If they have a kid in their apartment, or more than one, and they have a wife, they can plan on not seeing them for quite some time if they disobey the order of stealing cars. And he really did a compassionate study and spent a lot of time. It should have been another educational agency that did that, but he took it upon himself to literally show the people how to use a coin-operated washing machine and you name it, all kinds of things. So our hats were off to them, and they are very, very appreciative to this day for what he taught them 15 years ago when he was in that position. It's nice to see that, you know. You see on TV all the meter maids come by and they say, "Oh, I put a quarter in, but the meter's not working." Well, then don't park there, and they give a ticket anyway. There's so lack of compassion in so many departments of community workers that it is really very frustrating. And he was such a breath of fresh air on trying to help people before he gave a ticket. And he runs on that philosophy, but if you get caught for the same action a second time, believe me, you will get a ticket. They keep warnings out and write up warnings without any fine, but that doesn't mean it's a pass to do the same thing again. He has the policy of second warning on the same item, that is it. In fact, the ticket may be more expensive even than an absentee ticket because they should know better. And everybody in this town in the low-income areas have really appreciated him on how he's cleaned up from several dirty habits. In the old countryside, for instance, the men were used, if they have to pee, they'd pee on the lawn or anywhere else. It doesn't matter. In civilized streets like this, where the public is there, including kids playing ball in the yard, all of that is unacceptable. And he had a real compassionate way of changing people's habits. And I thought that was just wonderful. I don't know of another sheriff that has gone out of their way to do things like that. I know where he's sheriff now in Fellsmere, they really appreciate him. And the biggest thing, he has an honest, above-board reputation for everything that happens to him. He probably has the cleanest, best family record, no divorces, nothing, of not only his children who have grown up and have their own children, but the second and third generations. They are all a family to be proud of. And I just am tickled pink that this guy is actually running and people are really turning on to him. He went to the 4th of July parade and couldn't give everybody enough signatures on their ballot, not the ballot, the flyers, and keep them as souvenirs. He really has a fond following that I can't think of another sheriff that we've had in the last 20, 30 years that has actually gone around where the entire neighborhood wants his signature as a souvenir. That says something. So the election is not until November. We will get him on this broadcast 2 or 3 times between now and the election. But by giving you his background ahead of time, I want to spend, when he does come here, the time finding out what he plans to do. Forget about the past, which I'm telling you today. But when he comes on, we want to know, what is he going to change? The one philosophy he has is to include the culture and philosophy and respect of all the current sheriff and police members. But that takes time, and we really want to know the specifics of what is he going to change and what is he going to improve upon, and especially when it comes to thefts, shootings, and crime that is on the rise nationwide. What are we going to do to keep it low here? And we'll be anxious to hear what he has to say. I'd rather spend time on that in future broadcasts than talking about his background, which I am now. So you will be seeing all kinds of posters coming out, all kinds of wire step-in signs all over the place, all kinds of lawn signs, because he has loads of funding supporting him. And you won't mistake a name like Keith Touchberry. It's not like Don Smith or something like that. That may be 2, 3, or 4 other people. So I look forward to hearing on what he's going to do in the future, and I'll announce it a week ahead of time, and I'd love it if you all listened in on that, because that is important. They all come with very vague ideas for improvement, like we're going to increase the respect of the police department. Okay, but we want to know specific things. What's really being improved? How are we going to stop home burglaries and thefts, or repainting of billboards by thugs and, let's say, non-authorized painters or people. We need to keep our place clean, nice, as much as possible, and yes, not stop future events like things happening in the fairgrounds, home improvements at the fairgrounds, different shows and entertainment and food events at the playground, at the foregrounds and all of those. We want to have good times at all of them without a single incident or a worry about bringing children and families with you. It is important for family events to be together, and we want to know the specifics that he has to offer of making all events safe. Well, on that note, we'll take a quick break, but we will be with you very, very shortly. I'll have some more specifics for you. Stay with us. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Ponder life's twists and turns with Morning After Grace, the uproarious stage production at Riverside Theater. Join three friends as they navigate the hilarious and heartwarming roller coaster of love, loss, and unexpected revelations. It's a story that reminds us it's never too late to embrace change and start anew. Morning After Grace is now playing on the Waxlack now at the box office or riversidetheater.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats and chairs, and all the latest styles and colors from Braxton Color and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of which includes all Tommy Bahama and Lexington in stock or 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach next to Planet Fitness. Family owned and operated since 19com, and don't forget to visit our outlet and sales store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine. Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Well, welcome back. Nice to see you still with us. Hey, one thing I want to say, that organization for all three counties, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River, it's called FERTAS, Florida Educators Response to Shooting Victims and Shooting Incidents. And he actually has an education, it's a 4-hour course that he presents to all three counties at different places, usually probably the Kiwanis Club, Rotary Club, places like that. And he tells them how to prepare and keep the shooters from getting away with everything, and most important, keeping yourself alive also. So he's done a lot of administrative and educational things. If anything, that should be taught around all 50 states, from what I hear is going on now with so much crime increasing, especially Washington, D.C. itself. But anyway, I am very impressed that he took an initiative on several projects, and he's going to take an initiative on more. And like I said, when we have him back, we're going to completely pound him for specifics of what he wants to do and knows how to do and how he'll go about it. So with that in mind, keep your ears and eyes open for all the different signs and posters that will be coming out. November's not a long ways away, but it's long enough. We don't want to see those posters all summer long. When September comes and early October, that's more than enough time. But you will see plenty of them. And I want to mention it especially before we leave you of the what I call the snowbirds. Many snowbirds have their residency in Florida. They may stay here 6 months or till the end of June and then leave and vote by absentee ballot. So as far as I'm concerned, they're a good part of the electorate who will vote, but they won't be here to listen to campaigns come September, October. Mm-hmm. So it is important, and I mentioned this to the campaign office, it's important that a lot of campaigning be done now while the snowbirds, and of whom there are many, many Florida voters, get to hear exactly what he wants to do. So with that in mind, if you have any questions, you may call me at 772-231-0001 and ask for Martha. I will certainly answer your questions or lead you to the person who can answer them. So feel free. I look forward to next fall, and I look forward, like all of you, to the entire campaign being over with. I think we all do. So have a great day, folks, and we'll be with you next week.